Hey everyone, this is Julie Balderrama. I am a dream weaver and an empowerment coach, and I want to help you tap into the wisdom of your subconscious and bring the healing and the medicine from your dreams into your waking life to take action so that you can create the life that you want. Today I'm going to talk to you about snake. So I have a lot of clients that come to me with these dreams, and the reaction is usually, oh my God, I just had the craziest dream and there was a snake in it. What does it mean? Many people want to know what it means when they have a snake in their dream. I did a video of this a moment ago, and I don't think it posted, so I'm hoping that this one will post. And it's raining out here, and the signal out here, both the cell signal and the internet signal, is a little iffy. So if it goes in and out, I apologize, but we're gonna keep going. So I would love to know, whether you're watching the replay or you're on right now, if you've ever had a snake show up in your dream and how you felt about it. I'm going to go into some ways to work with snake imagery in your dreams, but the first thing that I want to say is that it's important to me to begin to give permission to people to understand their dreams from their own perspective. So what do I mean by that? We've kind of fallen into this trap where we believe that there are other people who are experts about what our dreams mean and the symbols in our dreams and what those mean. And definitely there have been some pioneering people in the world of dream work, and they're very, worthy of studying and of understanding and working with. And also, I think that if we can take our own power back with our dreams, we can discover even more is available to us in working with our dreams if we can take our own power back. I believe that you're the only person who has any authority over what your dream means. And so I encourage you, it's such a huge life lesson too, to take the power back, to take the authority back over what my dreams mean, over the decisions that I'm going to make in my life in general, what people I'm going to engage with, what energy I'm going to engage with. All of that is connected. And so I am a huge champion of taking the power back in your life, and it's about responsibility too, being willing to be responsible for that power and authority and autonomy in your life. Okay, so that being said, I would love for you to start to explore the symbol of the snake on your own. And I'll give you a couple of different ways that you can do that. Sometimes we're all for taking our power back, but we don't really know how, right? We don't know where the map is. We don't know the path. So here's a couple of questions for you to begin to engage with the symbol of the snake in your dream, or with snake imagery. Okay, a hawk just flew past. That was pretty cool. All right, so what we want to do, first of all, in your dream, about where you have a snake in your dream, you want to ask yourself how you feel in the dream as you're relating to the snake. So are you feeling really frightened? Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling a sense of spirituality, like a connection to the snake or to the earth? Hey, Jeremy, welcome. Have you ever had a snake dream? Have you ever had a snake show up in your dream? I would love to hear what your snake dream was, how snakes showed up for you. So checking in and asking yourself, how did I feel about this symbol of the snake in the dream? Was I scared? Was I excited? Did I feel a sense of connection or a sense of power? I had a dream one time, and this is one of those dreams that's, you have those dreams that are just so profound, they stay with you for the rest of your life. And John is here. Welcome, John. We're talking about snakes showing up in your dreams and what those mean. And Kristen is here too. Oh, everybody's coming on. Lovely. So I'd like to know from all of you, have you ever had a snake show up in your dream? And what was the dream, if you can remember that, or what was the circumstances? What were the circumstances around the snake showing up in your dream? All right, so I had a dream, going back to my dream, I had one of those really profound dreams one time. One of those dreams that just sort of sticks with you your whole life, right? And in this dream, I'm walking in a forest, and there's huge, just bigger than life trees surrounding me in this forest, and I'm walking on these enormous tree roots towards this one tree, this one huge tree. And in my dream, I kept thinking, that's the tree of life. That was the thought that was running through my head. And as I'm stepping on all of these tree roots, and they're enormous tree roots, I look down and it's actually snakes. All of the tree roots are snakes. And at that particular time, I was scared of snakes in waking life. And so it was interesting to me that in this dream, hey, Laura Lynn, welcome. It was interesting to me that in this dream, when I looked down and I was walking on the snakes, I actually didn't feel afraid. I felt very supported. I felt very comfortable. I felt very held, I guess could be the word, and guided. I felt like they were guiding me toward the tree. Hey, Catherine, welcome. I'm talking about snakes today in your dreams and what it means when you dream about a snake. And I was just sharing my dream, one of my dreams. I've had many dreams about snakes or with snakes in them. And I was just sharing my dream and how I thought that I was walking on tree roots, and I looked down and it was actually snakes. All of the tree roots were snakes. And rather than feeling afraid, I actually felt very supported and I felt very guided. But in waking life, and so Catherine, I'd love to know if you've had, please leave comments if you have comments about your snake dreams or you have questions about snakes or any other dream work. I'd be happy to answer questions. So it's interesting to me in that particular dream that in waking life, I felt very afraid of snakes in general, but in the dream, I felt very supported and guided. So here's a place for you to start working with this image of snake, the symbol of snake, is to ask yourself, in waking life, how do I feel about snakes? And then in my dream, how did I feel in the dream about the snake imagery that showed up? Did I feel supported and guided? Did I feel scared? Did I feel, hey, Derek, welcome. Did I feel scared? Did I feel powerful? Did I feel some kind of connection with the earth or with my body or with nature in some way? Hi, David, welcome. We're talking about snake symbols showing up in our dreams, and so I'd love to know if you've ever had a dream about a snake, and even if you have insight into what maybe snake imagery means for you. Now, at the beginning of this broadcast, I said, you know, my whole approach to dream weaving, oh, no problem, thanks for saying hi, and maybe you can come back on the video and comment later when you have a little bit more time, David. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for coming on and supporting me. That feels really good. Hey, if you don't want to comment, but you want to support me or you love what I'm talking about, just hit the like button and hit the heart button. What that does for Facebook is it shows that I've got engagement, and then it invites more people and it puts this in more people's feed. So that helps to support me. If you want to support me that way, you can do that. So just hitting that like button or that heart button or any button, if you want to laugh or you want to get mad or whatever, you can just hit all of those buttons. Yeah. And you can hit them over and over again. And then there's like this little bubble bath of likes and hearts, and it's really beautiful. Okay. So you're the only authority on what your dreams mean. You're taking the power back and you are looking at your dreams to see what they mean to you. So asking yourself, how do I feel about the imagery in the dream? And then how do I feel in waking life about the imagery? And getting curious about the paradox between the two. This is where it can be really helpful to have a dream mentor or a dream buddy or a dream sharing circle, because they can help you walk through this imagery and the feelings that you have between what you felt in the dream and how you feel in waking life about the symbols. So the other thing that I want to offer to you to be able to engage in this symbol of the snake is to begin to say, you know, okay, I've noticed how I feel about snakes in waking life, and I've noticed how I felt in the dream. So how are those two things showing up in my life? So for me, the dream that I shared, remember I was walking along the forest floor and I thought I was walking on tree roots, and I was actually walking on snakes, and I felt supported and guided. So I asked myself, you know, where is that showing up in my waking life? Where is this feeling of being supported and guided showing up in my waking life? Is it not showing up in my waking life and I want it to be showing up in my waking life? Or am I feeling supported and guided by something that feels very stable to me, but is actually maybe shifting and changing, right? So those tree roots, if you're walking on tree roots, they're kind of stable, they're not going anywhere. But if you look down and instead you're walking on snakes, it's a little bit like the energy gets a little more fluid and a little bit more flowing. And so I might want to ask myself in my waking life, is there a place that feels maybe really stable and safe, but it might be actually a good idea for me to imagine the energy as flowing instead? Would that be more beneficial to me? And how would I get that energy to be flowing and guiding me along a particular path? So you can see that already we've got a lot of different ways that we can engage with the snake symbol. Now, I know a lot of times when we have dreams and we're not really sure what to do with them, we can go to dream dictionaries, right? We can get on Google. Google's the expert for everything, right? And so we can get on Google and we can ask ourselves, or we can ask Google, we can ask these dream dictionaries, what does snake mean? And all of these dream dictionaries are going to have a whole list of things about what snake might mean. And this is, I don't really recommend going to dream dictionaries until you've already asked yourself some of these questions for yourself. And I certainly don't recommend just engaging with your dream and listening to somebody else or something else tell you this is what it means and then not doing any of the deeper work. It's a great place to ask ourselves, does this apply? Does this feel true to me? So another way that I engage with any particular symbol in my dreams is, how does it feel in my body? So we can get into snake imagery is a fantastic way to get into this, right? Because we can feel snake energy in our body. We can even start to move with snake energy. If you close your eyes and you start to think about and start to visualize snake energy and you start to move your body. And I would actually be moving a lot more if I were not on camera. But I can feel when I get snake energy, snake symbolism in my body, I can actually feel a current of electricity running up and down my body. I feel fluid. I feel definitely connected to my body. I feel more connected to, I want to say the primordial. I want to say the earth, nature, life force, I guess, is what I want to say. So that's a place for me to look at snake imagery as well. I really feel something at the crown of my head right now. So you can stick with that feeling in your body and you can really even tap into it and go into some somatic inquiry. What does that mean? We can sit with that feeling of that. For me, it's a tingling at the top of my head. And so what am I noticing with that tingling at the top of my head? I'm noticing that my body wants to move. And what happens when my body moves? Well, I know that I release a lot of things when I move my body. I release tension. Sometimes I release limiting thoughts when I move my body. I have a tendency to do some shaking sometimes when I'm feeling really stressed or like I'm holding on to a particular thought pattern or limiting belief that I have. I move my body and I shake and I move and I kind of embody that snake energy. Hey, Lana, welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me today, and we're talking about what it means when a snake shows up in your dreams. Now, of course, we can always go to different cultures and different religious practices and spiritual practices and look at what snake means in those particular paradigms as well. And we always want to be checking in. Does this feel true to me? How does this feel true to me? Where does it land in my body? How does it apply? My number one tip for dream work is to just keep being curious. Just keep asking the questions. Stay curious. So we've got, we've got an image of a snake with Kundalini rising, with our awakening energy coming up from our root chakra and moving all the way up to our crown chakra and connecting crown and root, connecting heaven and sky. It's typically represented by a snake. And so we could definitely ask ourselves that. Do I feel some kind of an awakening happening? Oftentimes a snake symbol is one of transformation. Hey, Jennifer, welcome. Oftentimes a snake symbol is one of transformation. And so you could even ask yourself, do I feel like there's transformation that wants to happen in my life? Or am I really wanting some kind of a shift in my life? And maybe I'm scared of that shift. You know, when we go through transformation, we really are bumping up against a lot of our own thoughts about what we're going to have to sacrifice or what we're going to have to lose in order for this transformation to happen. And we do have to let go of things. We have to let go of limiting beliefs. We have to let go maybe of some things in our lives, patterns in our lives, relationships in our lives that aren't serving us. And it can be really, really terrifying to go through that transformation. So it's interesting, right? And it makes sense to me that if I am at a place in my life where I'm really craving transformation, I really need something to shift in my life, but I'm kind of scared of what that might mean and what I might be called upon to do, it makes sense to me that I would perhaps dream about a snake. That snake energy is at once sort of magnetizing, right? That's why we remember the dream, and frightening at the same time. Which brings me into how we view snakes within the Christian paradigm, right? The snake is definitely representative of temptation. It is representative of transformation. We went from the Garden of Eden to coming into this place where we, see ourselves as separate from God. And we are out of the Garden of Eden. We are out of this place of seeing our absolute divinity and connection with God. And so we might ask ourselves, if snakes shows up in the dream, where am I feeling disconnected with my God self? Where am I feeling disconnected with my sense of divinity, with my sense of spirituality and source in my life? What are the shadow aspects? Snake is a representation of the devil sometimes. And in my own, view of spirituality and consciousness and awareness, for me, the devil is really about what's unconscious, what is in my subconscious that I haven't agreed to look at yet, or I haven't agreed to embrace yet. What's outside the Garden of Eden? What is working out in my life that I'm not aware of, that I'm ashamed of, that I haven't brought back into the whole yet. So there are lots of different ways to engage in snake energy. I'd be super interested to know if you've had any dreams about snakes and what they've been, what the dream was. I'd love to help you with that snake imagery. If that's something that you're interested in doing, you can share in the comments, or you can feel free to private message me too. Some of these dreams feel really, really personal. I do have the dream show that's coming up on Thursday, and I'm inviting back Kate Bartolotta. She's a self-care expert, and so, she and I have got lots and lots to talk about. I'm definitely in that place where I love to engage with people and coach people in self-love practices and self-care practices. And oftentimes our dreams are bringing all of these images to us to ask us to take much better care of ourselves, to love ourselves in a much deeper way, to look at, thank you, Kristen, for the like, to look at ourselves, even the shadow aspects of ourselves, even the parts of ourselves that we've been told are unlovable or not worthy or that don't belong. Those are really parts of ourselves that are asking to be loved back into the whole. And so I'm talking with Kate again on Thursday. Kate came on the Dream Show a few weeks back, and she shared a really beautiful dream with us. And then we took the wisdom and the medicine from that dream, and we gave Kate an action plan. And she took her action plan and created a really lovely program with it. So she's going to talk to us about the dream again, what she did and how she engaged with that dream, and how it influenced her waking life, how she brought transformation into her waking life from her dream. So that's this Thursday at noon Central. I hope you'll come and watch. Kate is a delight to talk to, and I can't wait to hear about the engagement that she had with her dream. Also, stay tuned. I am opening a Facebook group for dream weavers, and so you can come in there, and it's a safe place, it's a safe container where we've got people in there who are interested in doing dream work, who are interested in being in group together, in virtual sharing together, in a very loving and welcoming space. That's coming soon, so stay tuned. And please let me know if you've got any questions about dream work, or if you'd like to engage with me in working one-on-one with your dreams and beginning to integrate these different parts of yourself. It's one of the most transformational practices that I've come across, and it's been so deeply, deeply important in my own personal transformation, and then definitely in my clients' lives as well. It's quick. It makes the transformation quick because it brings all of the stuff up from the subconscious that we want to look at. And you know, our conscious mind is really sort of invested in not looking at that stuff because it helps to keep us safe. So working with our dreams is a wonderful way to engage that part of ourselves, that subconscious part of ourselves that is ready to make this transformation, ready to love these parts back into the whole, ready to embody that snake energy and to go ahead and feel that supportive, guiding, primordial energy. Yeah, thanks for the hearts. Hey, you guys, anytime you give hearts or you give likes or comments, that lets Facebook know that you guys are interested in this, and it lets other people know that this is valuable information. And so it helps the algorithms with the Facebook. Nobody can really figure out the algorithms with the Facebook. It's so complicated. But I do know that engagement is definitely something that really helps. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Leave comments. Private message me. I'm happy to help you out. If you want a free guide on how to remember your dreams, if you're interested in working with your dreams but you don't remember them, just leave me a comment and I'll send that your way. And hopefully I'll see you guys on Thursday with Kate so we can talk about her dream. And in the meantime, I hope you have sweet dreams.